All right, everyone. So it's about 8:52. We've got about 40 minutes to the opening bell, and so I'm joined today by two guests on the morning show. We've got Hamang, who has been on a fantastic hot streak, uh, crushed HUDI Thursday, Friday, and what was it, Monday this week? Yeah, you got the bounce on
Yeah.
Monday, so very nice there. And Chris is joining us, short seller, and already green on the day, which is great. So why don't you guys give me a little breakdown of what you're watching today?
Sure. Well, I started the morning trading MACK, MACK to the short side.
Okay.
It was up pretty high. We got some nice extensions into the high 13s and $14 levels.
Yep.
Started with some small position built up as I was expecting at least a mean reversion to the 13 EMA on a short time frame. Generally, I watched the 2 minute. And so I did get a nice trade on that. I got two nice trades on that for totaling $1,000. And I
Okay.
got a small scalp on PTE as I started to build the position. It just faded. So that wound up being a small winner,
What if
just under
on so
$100.
PTE is so cheap? Are your commissions gonna just was it easy to borrow or was it
So it was the locates were really cheap. They're like 0.0025 cents a share.
okay?
And I'm always filling on the ask. I'm shorting on the ask and I'm filling on the bid. So those ECN rebates actually cover my commission.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that's a good strategy. Yeah, that'd be a tough one with momentum trading. Can't really like if you're wanting to size in, buying on the bid on a pullback. Maybe you can sometimes do that, but usually when you're really wanting to be in, you got to buy the ask. You can sell the ask, but you pay more to take the liquidity than you get for adding it, so you're still at a deficit.
Sure. So on the short side, it's nice because, on a lot of these stocks, we'll eventually put in a short-term high and then they'll go up to retest it as well. And that's a great position to reshort into the strength there as it goes to test that level.
Yeah,
So filled on the ask. And that's why I think we see these descending resistance levels because it's short's trying to get filled on the ask.
yeah, holding it down a little bit.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. But then, what do you how do you manage the risk of a wick reclaim?
Yeah, so I'll tend to put a stop a couple of pennies above a high. That would be my risk level.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to at least scalp out, a small winner before it does break those highs. But sometimes wick reclaims are also false breakouts.
Many times, and in this case, we got the wick reclaim. I mean, it's already happened several times that you had an upper wick, and then it comes back up to it, an upper wick, and then it comes back up to it, an upper wick comes back up to it. But each time so far, it's been basically a double top.
Yep.
I'm red on it, and I got green on it on my first couple trades, which was between 7 and 7:30, and then I took a loss in this area on this false breakout. I took another loss on this candle right here. I was in it, holding, looking for that curl, and then I got stopped out on that red candle. It comes back up. I got back in, but it didn't really squeeze, and then I took another small loss there. So now I'm just kind of like, I'm not sure that I want to keep trading it because I'm sort of moving in the wrong direction on it. I went from green on it to red. It's been choppy. But on the other hand, it's our leading gapper. It's up 230%, 226% right now. So and I don't see a second one that I'm more interested in. But let's see if we get anything at the top of the hour. So, Max, good morning. You have
Morning,
anything
guys.
you're looking at?
No, kind of just woke up, but it was good to see that MAC is up 225 or 225%.
Yeah.
It's good to see, but it doesn't seem like it's really getting much resolution. Maybe at the open, we'll kind of see a pullback on it. I'd like to see it maybe back down to VWAP,
Okay.
and then see what it does after that. But right now, it kind of just seems a little sluggish. So
Yeah. Yeah.
probably just gonna wait on that one.
Yeah, it's gotten into a little bit of a tug of war in this area, and
Yeah.
this is an area where you start trading in a range bound zone. It can be choppy, and also something we were mentioning earlier. This has a high level of institutional ownership, and if you're an institutional trader and you wake up and you've got a stock in your portfolio that's up 226%, there's a good chance you're going to start taking some profit. and institutional ownership's not usually going to be holding 1 or 2,000 shares. They might be holding 50,000, 100,000 shares, big, large positions. The float's a little
Sure.
higher on this one. So I'm concerned, maybe pre-market, but also at the open, that we could see these flash orders go through that are going to be profit taking from people that have been holding for a while.
That's a good
So
point. And the
that
news
can
on
create
it is
some
just
chop.
cancer. It's cancer news, right? Or some sort of drug for treating cancer.
I actually didn't even look at the news. And so for what it's worth, I really try not to overthink the fundamentals on it, because the news on this could be very fluffy and not worth it, and it could still go higher.
Right.
The news could be phenomenal, but it goes low. So
I think the one thing that I'm kind of looking for on this, though, is for it to kind of spark some sort of sympathy somewhere else, at least, maybe in another pharmaceutical stock. If it does, then we have some good stuff coming for the
Yeah.
next few days. But
right. Yeah, and it is a
still the first day
pharmaceutical.
of it.
Yeah, so we got a little sympathy on KALA earlier. Somewhat recent reverse split kind of started to pop up. So it's a little juicy. It looks like it's got some potential. Biggest candle of the day is green, but it's come back down, kind of like a little bit of a head and shoulders-y pattern. So kind of bearish right now, not perfect.
Yeah, I like Max's idea. I think there's going to be some sympathy, cancer type pharma stocks that might go up if this one holds up. I do suspect like an all-day slow fade,
Mm-hmm.
but that's just my take on it as of right now. Maybe like a quick run up to like 1450, and then we just fade all day.
Yeah, nice bull trap. Get the longs in at 1450, and then watch $1 a share drop into a halt.
Yep.
I'm not gonna fall into that trap. Not today.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's all some interesting stuff. And students over at Warrior, by the way, Hamang is going to be teaching his class soon. What you're on the schedule for a mentor session and then a first class starting, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to be doing my mentor session on how I traded HUDI
Nice.
and made over about 80 grand last week.
80,000. Are your results typical or?
Oh, my results are not typical.
Okay.
Not a bad week.
Trading. I'm gonna do the whole script just like you, you know.
Okay. Good.
But what's it called? So I'm gonna do the mentor session tomorrow, and
Okay.
then class. I think we might start it on Friday or Monday.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. So Hamang he's going to teach class similar structure as what you saw Danny teach and Jess teach. Chris has already taught his class. We're going to release that soon. And Max, you're still working on your class, but there'll be one coming at some point soon. And we've got a couple
Very
others
soon.
we're working on as well. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. All right, so so this is the area where you kind of struggle because you see, wow, well, it did just go from 1250 up to 1385. That's obviously range, right? Well, it has a large range here. I mean, we're working with basically a 2-point range. So, we do have range on it. See, then pull back there. So around 1430. So this is kind of our range. It's about a 2-point range from 1250 to 1430. So right now you're kind of at the midpoint of this range. I think John's going to do a podcast. Just answering a question there about John. So you've got 4 big green candles. This is a micro pullback here. High is 1385 of that candle. It's 9:02, so we've got about 30 minutes to the opening bell.
Rox, I know you're not a big fan of Viru, but Hamang, what do you think of it? I know it's the third day now that it's gonna
Oh,
kind of hold up.
let me check it out. Let's see. Yeah, why not? I like it. I would be looking for it to break. At least make it back above 15. There's a pivot at 15.18
hmm
or 15.20. And then if it can hold that, then obviously I think if it goes to like $16, we can see another dollar or maybe even a lot
Hmm.
more. I think View has it's a former runner that is known to break out and continue for a few
hmm
days.
I think it's halted,
Oh, is it?
pending news.
Oh, oh, it is.
It's a nice technical, but let's see what the news is.
Yeah, let's see. I hope it's good. I think it wasn't as good day before. I mean, like on Friday when it popped up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll put it on a side chart if if it starts to open up. Maybe there'll be something there. MACK still in consolidation. 20 moving average is around 13. Could be a spot to try to scale in, but I don't know. NRBO float super low on NRBO, 548,000 shares. VOXR moving up a little bit. I think a sympathy momentum pharmaceutical would be probably one of the best opportunities, but I don't know if we'll get that. See VOXR moving up, Royalty Corp. I don't know what that is. Float's a little high, 44 million.
Also, I think, in my opinion, even if MAC continues to fade throughout the day, I think a sympathy can still make some sort of a move because MAC already went up what $10 on the day already.
Yeah, yeah.
So just the move that MAC has made.
Yeah,
can
no,
influence
I
sympathy to
agree.
go up.
It's a good point because there's probably, for the most part, anyone who sat down after on this morning past 8 a.m. missed the cleanest move on Mac. So
Yep.
maybe like me, they got chopped up on it. They're a little red on it. And so I think there's probably a lot of traders that are going to be looking for the next one to move. So I think you're right. Even if this does fade, it's probably sparked a little FOMO for people, and maybe we see FOMO MOMO on something else. It's possible.
FYI, it's pancreatic cancer treatment. So any pancreatic biopharma company that is treating that type of cancer.
Okay. All right, so we've got that one. I don't see us having really any continuation from yesterday. Is there anything that I'm missing?
No, I don't think so. Yesterday was pretty dead.
Yeah, okay. So we have a new podcast episode that's released today for those that tune into the podcast. It's from our All-Star Trading Summit, Trader Summit that we hosted about a month ago, 3 weeks ago. So I think you guys will enjoy that. So it's not that in general I don't like Viru, really. It's that specifically right now, Viru, well, to me, hasn't been obvious enough. The float's a little higher, right? So if we look at the float on it, I think it's like 66 million shares. Yep. So Viru float's a little higher. And higher float, easy to borrow stock. I mean, these ones can be tricky. They don't always resolve very well. So I think those are the reasons that I'm not interested in it right now. On other days, I might be more interested in it. But right now, it's not moving quite enough. Well, it's halted right now, but I don't know. I'm just kind of sort of, there's just nothing really to look at specifically. MACK pulling back a little bit here. This is technically below the 20 moving average on the 1 minute chart. So that could be a little bit of a problem.
But yeah, you're right, Ross. Trading Viru would chop you out if you try to scalp it.
Yeah.
Because a 60 million float, there's just so many algorithms, so many institutional traders that are just putting out orders, and there's algorithms made just for just to prevent scalpers from making profit. So if you buy, it's automatically going to sell, and it's going to play a lot of games with you. So
Yep.
you have to take a longer trade on Viru.
Yeah, and that's the kind that I wouldn't really have the patience or probably interest in doing unless it had a really good catalyst and was just showing some serious strength, which it is holding up well on the day, but that's not on the daily chart, but that's not quite enough right now.
Unless it's ripping. When it's ripping,
Sure.
that's when all bets are off. It's then you can then there's a lot of chances you can scalp that momentum.
Yeah. Yep. No, for sure. I agree. Well, right now, with about 20 minutes to the opening bell, I don't have a very big watch list. We can see what some other traders are looking at. I don't know if Manoli's logged in or if Jess has anything that he's got on watch. He was talking earlier about some of the recent reverse split stocks. So recent reverse splits, we know that was giving us some really great opportunity back in August and September. And we've continued to have some. So possibly a recent reverse split. And actually, that was Kala, Kala, is a recent reverse split. It's up 15% right now. It's a reverse split from October 21st, but fairly recently. Pharmaceutical, so could be interesting. I mean, it has some of the things that we would look for possible sympathy to the MACK move. Right now, it's up 15%.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all, actually.
Yeah, it's a possibility. VWAP is 675 or 665. Low down here is about 580.
Yeah, we just have the moving averages on the daily in the way. I think besides that, we can get to 10
6
if things get
and up to
going.
8. Yeah, we need to hold over VWAP. That would be important.
Yeah, for sure. And pre-market highs. I mean, it's down from the pre-market highs.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, high was 787. So it got up there, but then pulled back. So it kind of looks like a head and shoulders pattern in a way, like a shoulder, the head of that top, and then this is kind of the edge of the other shoulder. So I don't know. We'll see. Might give us some opportunities.
Yeah, float's attractive too. It's only 1 million shares.
Mm-hmm.
1.2.
Yep. So Jess, I think you got some trades on it earlier, but I was just watching it. So that one's a possibility. NRBO, I've traded that one a couple times. Just keeps going lower on the daily. The float's super low. But then at the same time, we've got announcing the offering. So how many shares was that for? not sure. I don't remember.
ARRY. Looks like it's making a little move here. It's a bigger float, so you guys probably aren't interested. But
Yeah.
big spread.
So on Kala, KALA,
Yeah.
the short float is showing 122%
Really?
on TD. Yeah, it's not showing up on the day trade dash scanner,
Hmm.
but
Interesting.
this other website I use, floatchecker.com.
Okay.
I can post the link.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Float checker. Yeah, I see ARY, leaving that alone. Do you have any shares available to borrow, Chris, on Kala? You see what the
Yeah.
prices are?
I already located some earlier. I got them for
Mm.
0.015 cents a share. Let me see the current. They've gone up a little bit. They're 0.025, so 2.5 cents a share.
Okay.
Still pretty cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna be watching that.
Yeah.
The open.
Yeah. Keep it on a side chart. TANH reverse split today. So that's going to give it a float of like 1 million shares. 1.2.
It'll be interesting to see what MACK does into the open here.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly if that starts to really squeeze, I'm sure a lot of traders will be watching it. So it's about 9:15. We've got 15 minutes to the open. MACK, I would say, needs to get over 14. And then certainly the pre-market high. Kala up a little bit off of that dip down there at 610 up to 661, right into the volume weight average price at the moment with a 30-cent spread.
Kala approaching VWAP.
Yep. Yeah, so I have the VWAP at about 63 on Kala.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get an entry.
I think it needs to maybe dip down into the 40s.
Oh, it's going.
Let's
I'm
see.
taking a couple of
Yeah, I felt 50 as well.
Oh, there's Danny joining us.
Yeah, I took a couple thousand shares on Kala.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, you've got 71 on the ask, and then above 71 is 97. Hey, Danny, good morning.
Morning, guys.
How are you?
What's up, Danny?
I'm good. How are you?
I took a starter at 73 on Kala. I'll add at 83 and 93. I want to see if it breaks over 7. Added at 93 there on Kala. So my average is 79. It's a little high. Needs to break through 7. That candle was $7. So right now, I'm going to watch to see if it can hold over volume weight average price. If it can hold over VWAP, then into the open, we'll look for that move up towards the pre-market high of 787, 687, 787. So watching Kala here for a dip, added at 65, buying the dip there. Now looking for 85 and 95. We'll see if we get the break through $7. So 70 on the ask, 67 on the ask now. We're up 28%, and since it's a pharmaceutical, I think we've got the right idea trading it. Let's see if it opens up and pulls away over 7. I would put new orders at like 715, 720. We've got about 10 minutes to the opening bell. Watching for dips. So added right there at 54. These are dips off of volume weight average price. $57 by 60 right now. Good morning. So now watch for an ad over 75. About 10 minutes to the open. So Danny, we're looking at Kala as maybe a sympathy trade to MACK. MACK has made a big move, but it's been choppy. You want to see if Kala can get back up towards 7.
Okay, cool. I got one small trade on Kala already.
Nice. Was that early?
No, just a minute ago
Oh,
when I
okay.
saw a bid come in at 50 something.
Flat for right now on it.
It
Keeping
popped
the...
up 10 cents or so.
Okay, that's pretty good. Small loss for me.
Yeah, I took I sold the shares to I'm up a couple $100. I thought I was looking for it to go to hold at least like 680s, and then as it touched 7 and came back, I was hoping for it to hold, but when it didn't, I sold it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of tug of war here, so we'll see whether or not it opens up. It's a pretty quick pop back up to 75. But highest volume of that move was red candle. MACK kind of breaking down a little bit. $12.60.
Yeah, so MAC is up quite a bit on the day, huh?
Yep. Yeah, but it's been kind of choppy. That's the only
Mhm.
problem with it.
Yeah.
I mean, this area here feels like if it breaks 1260, then we're going down to 12 around volume weight average price. You could get maybe dips off of 1260 if it becomes a flat bottom here, but it's like pressuring into that level, so I'm afraid it's going to break it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I'm a short seller and if I see MAC, if I see a stock go up 200% in a market like this,
Yeah,
I'm gonna take a position up there. So
yeah,
If I were a short seller.
yeah.
Oh, wait, I am a short seller. I would look out for washout longs on this personally.
Yeah. Yeah, right now it's looking like it wants to break down. It's got a flat bottom against 1260.
Yeah.
Below that, you've got maybe 1180 or so as support.
Yeah, VWAP is at 1192.
Yeah.
I think at least on the plus side, though, if it wants to make another move later in the day, at least we have this kind of pullback consolidation area. Not saying it's likely, but
Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't see a lot at the moment that I'm super excited about. Mac, you got that little bounce off the low, which, if you had the risk tolerance, you could have bought down there in the 70s with a stop at 60, but the risk would be that if it breaks 60, you get like a 30-cent flush. So you're taking a little bit more risk on it. All right, so for those tuning in on YouTube, we'll end the morning show here, and we'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning. Warrior members and Day Trade Dash members will keep trading. We'll see if we can find our way to some opportunities, before our opening range closes. I'm in the red right now, 3,000, and red on both stocks I've traded, so it definitely feels pretty cold out there. Maybe I'll be able to find something that looks a little more obvious and catch a couple of winners, but right now I'm sitting red as we come into the open, so have to be cautious. All right, so that's our game plan. Thank you, folks who tuned in on YouTube. We'll see you back here first thing tomorrow morning.